So we're at the Loup of Fintry and we're going to do a wee bit of waterfall photography, because as you can probably tell from the sky, we've got quite a dull overcast day and that's perfect for waterfall photography. So let's get to it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I went from this image here to this image here, and some of the benefits of actually working a scene. That first one was just the first snap that I took when I got here, and it's kind of the one that a lot of people would just leave with again. But we're going to see if we can come up with something a wee bit more creative. I really hope I got some shots now, because otherwise I'm pointing at nothing. But let's go. Right, so this is the shot that most people get when they first come to this location, because this is the first point that you can get down to the waterfall. So everybody kind of stops here and takes this shot, and it's a beautiful view, isn't it? You've got the glen in the background there, you've got these beautiful trees. The waterfall, at least the top part of the waterfall, actually continues. There's another one, possibly two drops, I think, there. And this is being fed by a river, which is just there. I'm going to start by taking the one that everybody takes, and that'll be our starting point, and then we'll see if we can improve on it as the day goes on. We do have some light on the hills in the background, so with a bit of luck that might make its way over here. But in the meantime, I'm just looking around for compositions. I'm trying to find little details in the water. It's just a matter now of waiting to see if we get any of that direct light from the back of the Campsie Fells. Oh, and just as I said that, we've got some direct sunlight. Now that's a blessing and a hindrance, because obviously that means the exposure's going to have to drop and we won't be able to get quite as much of a long exposure on the waterfall. Okay, what I've done here is I've set up a vertical composition where I've basically got the waterfall at the moment dead centre, and that's because I wanted to include these rocks here as a bit of foreground interest. You've got the waterfall in dead centre and then the lovely light on the hill in the background there. Now, it's still a bit uninspired and a bit cliched for this location, so I'm still going to look around, see if I can find a better composition. Yeah, we're really battling with the light just now. We've got some direct sunlight on the waterfall and that's causing the highlights to burn out. We do have some clouds up there, so I'm hoping that one of them sweeps in front of the sun and I can get that shot again. I think what I'll do now is I'll move around a little bit, a wee bit more square onto the waterfall, and see if there's a shot there for that. So what I'm doing is I've focused on this rock here. I'm shooting at f18, so that's going to give me quite a big depth of field. So I've focused on that rock there, and including the light on the hills in the background there. And yeah, it looks okay in the back of the camera. It doesn't look as though I'm blowing the highlights, but I'll take a couple of shots for the exposed for the sky just in case. Now the other thing I'm doing is, obviously I'm on a tripod, but I've got a 2-second timer on this so that there's no shake after I've released the shutter. And I've got the shutter locked open, so again there's no shake when the shutter's released. I do like the details of this. It's like 3 rocks in the line there, and the water's hitting that one a lot, the one in the middle just a little bit, and this one just occasionally. I think that makes it quite an interesting composition. So I'm going to probably do a square crop just here, and we'll see how that looks. Might even be an RT black and white one. We'll see. Right, I've taken that shot of the 3 rocks, the 3 steps. We're getting some lovely light in the background again now, so I'm going to change quickly from this composition to one that includes the background again. I've come down a bit, I'm a bit closer to the waterfall now. I've come the other side of the boulder that I was using, and that's allowing me now to include this pool down here and those swirls. Now I'm still finding it tricky with the bright patches, they're still burning out, so I can't get the long exposure that I really wanted. So what I'm having to do is, again, shoot 2 or 3 different exposures, one for the background, one for the bright spots in the water, and one for the dark shadows. And hopefully I'll be able to recover some of the detail in post-processing, but if not, at least I've got those files as backups. I can do a bit of exposure blending. Now what I might do is this little tree here on its own. I think if I can get a shot with that and the waterfall, obviously it'd just be a section of the waterfall, then that might look quite nice as well. And I keep getting drawn back to these 3 boulders. Right, what I've done here is I've set up a vertical shot, which actually looks quite nice. I don't know why I didn't think of doing this one first. Basically, the background, this tree, that tree, the waterfall is coming in at top left of the frame, and because we're vertical, I can include the pool and parts of this boulder here. So it's really the whole shebang in one shot. Now again, very bright, having to bracket between 1/10 of a second and 1/25 of a second in order to make sure I get the shadow detail but also don't blow the highlights. And I'm right out at my widest, which is 24mm on this lens. But yeah, it looks alright on the back of the camera, that. Right, I've moved again. I've came up slightly higher because I want to include this pool and those little rivulets of water that are running down at the side there. I wanted to see if there was a shot where I could get the waterfall, the pool, and also the background in the same shot. And I think this particular spot works. It's blowing again. So I'm just trying to find, obviously when you move, the light angles change, the amount of direct sunlight in the waterfall changes, and I'm just experimenting with the exposure again to find out what's the best exposure. So yeah, that's the shot that we've got framed up. As you can see, we have this pool here, the tree, the waterfall, and the background. Again, I think this might be a square crop because these rocks here aren't really contributing much to the composition. Although we'll see. I'll wait until I get back and reserve judgment until I get back. But that's quite a nice shot, isn't it? Yeah, the only thing that's wrong with this particular composition is you gain the pond, the pool of water, but you lose that little tree because it's no longer silhouetted against the background. It's kind of lost in amongst all the other bushes and trees. Also, I should say, if you're ever thinking of coming to this location, it's actually a brilliant sunset location because the sun sets in this general direction. So normally any time I've been here before, it's always been around about sunset. But I thought I'd give it a go in what was supposed to be a cloudy, overcast day. No such luck, eh? But yeah, if you're planning on coming and you can make it, come round about sunset and you'll get some beautiful light on the sky behind the waterfall. Okay, let me talk you through this one. What I've done is I've switched over to the 70 to 300mm lens, and I've focused on this little section here. Just the detail, so you've got the grass, you've got that first little stream of water, you've got some detail in the rocks here, these two tiny little pools, and then the waterfall. And the advantage of me using this 70 to 300mm lens is that actually stops down to f32. So that's allowing me to really draw out the shutter speed and get some motion in the water. Now what I'm going to do while I've still got this lens on is I'm going to move back over to this side where I was before and have another go at those those three boulders that I really liked, and see if using that extra couple of stops of aperture can make a difference to the composition. Yeah, the good thing about people turning up is it gives you some scale for the photographs. I've packed my camera away now, so I'll just rely on this little video camera. But They're quite an impressive size, eh? Right, so the unexpected sunny weather brought some unexpected crowds. Quite a few people have started to arrive, so I've decided to call it a day for this location. And now the photographers have started to arrive as well. Definitely leaving at the right time, I think. If you liked the video, give us a little thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, then consider subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed for the newsletter, I'll leave a link below. Yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.